is with Jacob. You remember when Jacob was living with Laban, and he was swindled by Laban so many times. And Laban and all of his swindlings thought that he constantly had the upper hand with Jacob. Didn't he? Oh, Jacob, I know God might be with him, but he's immature and he's young. He doesn't know. I'm Jacob's teacher. I have him over here in my establishment. And Laban was a very well-versed sorcerer. I mean, he was one of the most powerful sorcerers of the time. And he would use all of his sorcery, all of his manipulations to control the movement of Jacob. Have you ever been in an environment where they just want you to be seen and not heard? Where they try to control even the amount of people that see you? They want to limit those that can see you, and they want to limit your voice. They don't want you to stop having a voice. They don't want to stop seeing you, because they want to siphon from you. They want to take what they see and make it their own. They want to take your voice and adopt it and manipulate it and chop it up into increments that they can ingest and project out. But they don't want nobody else to know that that's what they're doing. And then you have people that want to have you close to them within their environment, because having you close means that they can siphon your blessings as well. Everybody's trying to siphon from you, but nobody wants you to be seen by anyone outside of that dynamic and those people that align to that dynamic. Vampires. A bunch of vampires. Jacob is in a highly vampiric situation with Laban. Laban would use all of his tricks to control Jacob. And Jacob would be wise, though. Jacob would show the power of perceiving activity by viewing the tangible, and also by viewing the spirit. Jacob would combine them. And this was what would give Jacob the upper hand in his relationship with Laban. Laban felt as though he reached a pinnacle in his walk, and now he's the teacher. And even though he would do wickedness against Jacob to control him and to limit his movement in his own life, to limit another person's movement in their life for selfish gain, Laban would do such and justify it in his own mind as, I'm teaching Jacob something. He's learning something. Whether it's how to perfect his craft with these animals or whatever it could be. People feel like they justify their actions by way of, I'm teaching you something. Because when you have the covering of God on you, friend, you always rise. You always get the most from the situation. It's as if you avoid the negativity that the situation is designed to put you under or to constrain you to, and you get the heightened levels of goodness, whatever it is, of that situation. And a lot of times the goodness of the situation, those that invoke activities upon you don't even realize exist in the situation. They're sitting up looking at you like, wow, how did you transform that? Because that was nowhere in my intention for you to be able to capitalize off of. Jacob would be under Laban so long, he would learn all of Laban's tricks. He would reverse engineer the sorcery that Laban would throw at him. And one day, it would get to a point where Jacob would understand the spirit has changed. He would connect the spirit. He would be on the lookout by way of the actions, the tangible things, to be able to see when the spirit would present itself. And it would. Chapter 31 of Genesis. And he heard the words of Laban's sons, saying, Jacob hath taken away all that was our father's, and of that which was our father's hath he gotten all this glory. Isn't that how they do it? Friend, they always blame you. They some deflectors. They never face themselves. And Jacob beheld the conscience of Laban, and behold, it was not toward him as before. And the Lord said unto Jacob, return unto the land of thy fathers and to thy kindred, and I will be with thee. There it is. Jacob discerned the spirit. Where most men will get stuck in activity, Jacob would be able to discern the spirit. Most people will deny the spirit for selfish gain. Jacob could have denied the spirit and said, well, I'm just going to stick around with Laban so I can get me about 10,000 more sheep and then we'll leave. He could have overrode what his spirit was telling him, but he didn't. And that's my word to many of you. Many of you, your spirit is telling you something, but you're overriding it for worldly gain, worldly desires that are not going to manifest in the way that you desire them to. Your decisions are going to lead you on a journey of self-discovery. You see, Laban saw himself as the teacher to Jacob. But Laban was a student just like Jacob. Friend, nobody, and I mean nobody, is bigger than the program. I don't care who you are. Every single knee gonna bow down. God will humble you to your own science. Oh, I know you think you're the master of the universe. You got your own universe. You got your own world that you've created, or multiple worlds. And that's the thing with the teachers. They always think that they could go out and absorb other people's worlds. Like they've risen to some level of mastery that they could just go out and absorb other people's worlds. And in them looking to absorb other people's worlds, it's a somewhat of an attack. And if you succumb to my attack, then that you just weren't smart enough. I'm teaching you how to be smarter. It's that type of philosophy. But God is saying, what do you do when someone comes and attacks your world? What if the student puts up a fight and in that they are able to absorb your world? Not with a multitude of gods. Not with all types of imaginations and symbols and figures and all kinds of elaborate and exotic ways of doing so, but through real love, through discipline, and through truth. God is saying, all the gods that you hide in the shadows, and used to wage war against those that walk arm in arm in the sun with their God, with me. What happens when the sun shines on the shadows? Brings them out into the light. God of the Hebraic house is a God that loves these things. Friend, he loves these things. You see this from the beginning to the end of the book of the Bible. He loves the disadvantaged route. He loves to send his children out into the world as lambs. Proclaiming their love openly, not hiding it. And he loves for those that hide their love to look to swallow them up. I'm here to tell you, Jacob would